I apologise if you hear the rain. It's raining at the time of this recording, so hopefully the audio won't affect the rain. Well, hopefully the rain won't affect the audio purposes. Anyway, moving on to today's video. This video has been highly requested, and yeah, so without further ado, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if I persuade you to purchase a model, I'm sorry. But blame me, it is my fault. Anyway, on with the video. To full scale, the history of Titanic's models. Since 1912, the RMS Titanic and her tragic story have captured the hearts of maritime enthusiasts, and thanks to James Cameron's movie of the same name, the Titanic began to spark an interest in maritime historians, as well as stealing the hearts of fans dreaming that they would have their own Jack and recreate the famous "I'm flying" scene. Joking aside, the Titanic has gained an increase in popular culture, which included model kits. The most famous is the Creator Expert Titanic, made by Lego. However, this model doesn't come cheap and it can take a long time to build. So before purchasing, you have to consider if you have the patience to build the ship with over 90,000 Lego pieces. If not, then you can visit museums which have displayed the Lego Titanic in their exhibits. But did you know that there was an early Titanic model that was introduced in the 1960s, and that there would have been various makes that have been constructed worldwide? In this video, we are going into a few Titanic models and explain the history behind them. To kick things off, we are going to be looking into the earliest Titanic model, but this early model hasn't come from a kit. It's come from the designers at Harland & Wolff shipyard. When the Titanic and her sister ship, the Olympic, were being built, a little scale model of both ships in miniature form would be put on display. These types of models would have been created to show companies like travel agents and company offices. However, the models would have been put on display to the public too, so everyone could see what the ships were like despite being in miniature form. This photograph of the 20-long model was taken in April 1910, and this shows that it was designed in an orientally decorated wood and glass case that was supported on 8 stout wooden legs. However, the design of the model was changed over the years, mainly after the sinking, when it was altered to represent the Britannic. Another photograph of the updated model was taken in 1914. Here we can see that the model had some additional features, including tiny features of the large gantry lifeboats. In the 1920s, the model was altered once more to represent the Olympic, where it was displayed at the British Empire exhibition stage in Wembley and at the Winter Gardens in Blackpool, where it remained until 1951. During the filming of the 1958 movie A Night to Remember, the model was loaned to the J. Arthur Rank Organisation for Historical Recreation and Research. There is an existing photograph of 4th Officer Joseph Boxall standing next to the model during pre-production of the movie, as he was the movie's technical advisor. Today, the model is displayed at the Merseyside Maritime Museum, where you can see the model representing the Titanic in the museum's gallery, Titanic and Liverpool, the untold story. There have also been Titanic models in movies too, most famously A Night to Remember. This movie model was built by Shawcraft Models Limited, who managed to finish the model within 6 weeks of its construction. It was built at a length between 35 and 40 feet long on a steel frame, attached to steel drums for flotation, but the model had to be progressively removed during filming as the water tank at Pinewood Studios wasn't deep enough to sink the whole model. During the filming itself, the sinking scenes were shot during the day rather than the night. This is because it was more natural to do. After all, filmmakers wanted to get a nighttime technique involving daylight. However, the model was painted black to maintain a convincing silhouette. Moving on from movie models, we are going to hop on to model kits and look at the earliest kit in existence. Following the success of A Night to Remember, there have been models that were made out of wood, but when plastic models and toys were introduced, the shift from wooden toys opened doors to new manufacturing processes, and soon plastic became one of the cheapest materials to produce toys and models. One of the earliest Titanic models came from the company AMT and Monogram. The company became infamous for its construction of large-scale models. During its run, the company produced large-scale models such as Godzilla, King Kong, and a glow-in-the-dark model of Frankenstein. Although there's no further information on the model itself, it was likely constructed in a 1,600 scale model kit or larger. That's many parts due to the recordings of the models of the Mauretania and the Queen Elizabeth, which was created in 1968. However, the earliest fully recorded Titanic model was the German company Revell, who opted to produce a 1,570 scale of the ship in the 1970s. By the time of its construction, the popularity of plastic models was on the rise, and it became easier to build the models without the reliance on materials to make wooden models. This was then followed by a larger 1,350 scale model produced by the US company Entex Industries. Entex was also responsible for constructing other ship models like the Lusitania, the USS Missouri, and the Tamiya. When the wreck of the Titanic was discovered in September 1985 and the release of James Cameron's movie in December 1997, the popularity of the Titanic skyrocketed. By 1998, Titanic Mania proved to be the excuse model kit companies needed to release more models. This included the Airfix 1400 scale model and the UK model company Gallmaster, who created an easy-click kit of a 1600 scale model of the Titanic and the Iceberg. And again, for the UK model company, I apologise if I butchered the name. Today, Titanic model mania has continued to grow to the rejoicing of Titanic enthusiasts. This includes the History Inside a Nutshell friends and followers who have shared their own footage and pictures of their own Titanic models. Most recently, they have been enjoying the Lego Titanic model. But there have also been other scale models they wanted to share too. There have also been larger scale models of the Titanic that enthusiasts can't build, but they can see. These have included the Titanic Museums in Pigeon Forge and Branson. Considered as the two largest models in the world, both models were designed by museum founder and producer John Joslin. Joslin was responsible for sponsoring the 1987 expedition, and during his visits to the wreck, he would document the site, which would become the foundations of the models themselves. In 2006 and 2010, the replicas were open to the public as well as the ships. In the Branson attraction, their replica shows the Titanic hitting a half-size scale iceberg. Both replicas were designed to be the museums themselves, where visitors could go inside the replicas to see real-life items and replicas of rooms, including the Strauss's room, lifeboats, and the Grand Staircase. As of the time of this upload, both museums have attracted over 12 million visitors worldwide. So that's basically it. That's the history of the models. Short but sweet, but hopefully it will be a good one. And to those who have submitted, thank you so much for sending all your wonderful videos and pictures. I really enjoyed having a look at them, and they definitely put a smile on my face. Anyway, I will end this video with a very special conclusion. What's your favourite Titanic scale model? Share your thoughts in the comments down below.